Welcome and welcome back, dear Tarot Pals. Wish you a happy new year, a Merry Christmas if you're watching this while we post this today. Welcome to Tarot Pal if you've just found me through a YouTube search. We do 2 to 3 videos every week. There are pick a card readings that have been shared on 2022 major life events, 2022 your love life, and January monthly predictions. You will find all the information in the description box below. Don't forget to check that out. If you would like a personal one-on-one reading with me, you will find my email address and all relevant information in the description box as well. If you're new to pick a card readings, here's a quick understanding of how this works. You have 4 different cards here, and you can pick one or more than one pile which you're drawn to. Trust your intuition because these are general readings. You can of course feel free, you may feel drawn to more than one pile. Only take what resonates. There are going to be so many people who watch this video, so not every message is meant for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Never give away your power to a tarot. It is free will, it is your current energy, and you can change your destiny through your karma any given time, okay? With that said, I'm going to give you a quick close-up of each of these cards that we have here, and we'll take it up from there, okay? So, the first card I have, or the first option, is abundance. And don't, of course, go by the keywords. These are just placed for you to help you pick a pile, okay? Stability is the next keyword. Success being the third one. And last but not the least, it's finances. Again, you may feel drawn to more than one pile. Listen to as many piles as you're drawn to. Leave me a comment below if you do. Stay till the end of the video, what you like, what you didn't like. And please don't forget to hit subscribe if the reading resonates. With that said, I'm going to see you in your pile. Hello and welcome to those of you who's picked the first pile, which is the abundance pile. First of all, I clearly see that the first energy or the first message that I'm getting for you guys, you're more focused on a holistic 360-degree success than this year versus trying to tick the boxes when it comes to, the social norms. For example, you might feel very content to not get a promotion or not apply for a certain internal job posting or not take that next big career degree because you want to give yourself some time for your family or for your mental health or for your well-being. It's more about success and abundance of everything instead of one thing. That is the first message I clearly got for you. Apologies for the brief pause. Wanted to set the camera right and find myself a seat. Okay. So first thing what we're going to look at today is the current energy that you're perhaps in when you're watching this reading. This is a timeless reading, of course. So whenever you come across this, this is for you. Of course, for the year 2022, because that's what we are asking. And once we've seen the current energy, if that resonates with you, if that sounds like, yep, that's where I'm in, you can perhaps watch the rest of the reading or you can pull another pile as well. Okay. That said, we're going to then look at, so I'm going to give it a quick shuffle. What is the current energy when we enter 2022 or whenever you're watching this reading? Ready? Okay. And I'm, of course, only taking uprights for this read. Okay, we have quite a few cards here, so that's enough to check your current energy. Hermit is the underlying card energy. Let me set this up. Ace of Pentacles is your first message. 10 of Swords. 4 of Swords. The Magician, lovely. And the Fool. Wow, progression, if you guys can already notice. Let me just give me a minute and I'm going to tune into the messages and then start talking. Okay. First things first, whenever you're watching this pile, there is an idea, a thought, an excitement, a certain kind of a new beginning, a new start that you clearly want to take. Yes, something has ended, perhaps in the year 2020. I feel more than 2021, but for some of you, it could also be 2021. You've seen the true colors of those who you work with. Some dreams are no longer true for you. You face certain betrayals when it comes to your career, money, finances as well. But this is already done and dusted. The worst is already over with. And perhaps this is the energy, which is the energy of the 4 of Swords, the healing, the resting, the recooperating, the bringing all the energies together again, all your resources at the same place again, to you're recharged, you have an idea, you're ready for the new adventure, you're ready to make this new start, this new beginning that you have. And this is a stable start, darling. Sagittarius and Gemini and Libra and Aquarius are some very strong signs here, with so many swords cards and the Fool and the Magician showing up. These could be energies, these could be people, these could be your existing signs. We will, of course, look at the astrology deck later to see what the next year is about. But something's ended. You've rested, you've healed, you've taken your strength back. Perhaps this could also be, for many of you, physical ailments. You've been suffering, you took a sabbatical from work, you took a break, you lost a job, or somebody not keeping well in your family, which has been keeping you distracted from your professional goals, from your career goals. And start 2022, or whenever you're watching this reading, you're done. You're done with this energy, you've healed, you've thought through what you wanted to think through, and you're ready to manifest this amazing, successful beginning. This is the minor arcana Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, which always talks about a solid start, a small start, a solid start. The Fool has no baggages. He has forgiven everything that has happened. He has moved on. He's learned from the lesson. The Fool is not a fool. The Fool is a wise person who knows that I'm ready for a new start. There is a progression here from the 0 to the 1. And the Ace again, 2022, you're entering this energy with the desire to leave everything that has no longer worked out and start focusing on the future. Some of you are trying to manifest a job abroad, which is definitely much possible. We're going to look at the future energies in a while, but you're trying to get out and you're trying to get moving when it comes to your energy. There's a sense of movement here, even though there is no Chariot card. There's a desire to also perhaps work on your communication skills. Some of you have been rejected, or certain things have not worked out in your professional career because of your communication skills. Maybe it's the language you want to learn. Maybe you want to pick up more words in the vocabulary. Maybe you want to give yourself some time to understand how can you be an effective communicator. That is the current energy that we're looking at. Enter 2022, or whenever you're watching this reading, okay? Now I'm going to look at, before we move to oracle guidances, of course, what can we expect? And I'm going to break this down into 4 quarters, okay? So for January, February, March 2022, what can we expect in career, money, finances for pile 1? Okay? Here, that's that moving away from that struggle. I love how in After Tarot is the name of the cards, okay, by the way. If you look, typically in the 5 of Pentacles, the people are struggling. Here, they've already taken shelter. They're no longer walking in that snow. They're waiting, they're pausing, moving back to that rest energy. First 3 months, you are understanding that I do have help, and help is around me. I need to trust, and better things are coming my way. What can this pile expect in the second quarter, which is April, May, June? What's happening in April, May, June? Here you go. The ideas are set. You're no longer holding yourself back with those fears. You're really healed. You've got opportunities. Something's calling your heart. You're listening to your intuition. You're following your intuition, and you're leaving behind. I think some of you are planning any kind of a visa approval that you're waiting for. That is definitely happening. The travel is clearly happening in the second quarter for some of you, okay? What can we expect in the third quarter for this pile? Career, money, finances, okay? We have 2 cards here, the 3 of Cups and the Death. Wonderful. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Don't worry. Death is not a bad card. It's a very, very positive card. Last but not the least, the fourth quarter. So October, November, December 2022. The Queen of Wands. Do you see the lovely progression? This is your year, guys. From 5 of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands. If you know anything about tarot, and if you've been watching tarot a lot, that's a huge transformation in life, right? In typical tarot, and I love After Tarot's artwork for this, it is talking about a moment after that situation has happened. If in usual tarot decks, you will notice that The sun has not risen yet. In this one, in death, the sun has already risen. The clouds have already moved on. The grayness is gone. And the new day is here. The transformation is here. The rebirth is here. We are going to now deep dive into what can you expect. I want to look at the underlying energy. Page of Pentacles. Yep. Things don't happen overnight. This is not a pile where you will just start something and it clicks and you're the success. No, it will take time. It will take patience. You will learn from your mistakes. You will make mistakes this year. I'm not going to paint any, rainbow picture here. You're going to make a lot of mistakes this year, but guess what? You're going to enjoy the mistakes. You're no longer going to be heavy on yourself. You're not going to judge yourself. In fact, you're going to be looking forward to these twists and turns that your career brings. If you're a student, my love, be okay to hear criticism. Be okay for rejections. And I think this year, 2021, has clearly taught you, let's not get so serious. One rejection is only redirection. You will start the year asking for help, reaching out, network, talk to people. There is help around you. Spirit wants to help you. This cold night, the church is right here. The person just has to look up and see that they don't have to make this so hard on themselves. Once they do see that, help does come. They're ready to make that move. If you're planning for a scholarship, if you're planning for a new business, this is starting off. This startup that you start here is playing out in the second quarter of 2022. So April, May, June 2022, you see that movement happening. Those ideas are now taking shape. You're taking action towards it. Look at the number of wands we have here, right? Something is done in the second quarter, April, May, June, which brings you success. You have now learned that, oh my God, I went from the 5 of Pentacles, from the 10 of Swords energy that I saw last year, to celebration, to unions, to parties, to networking, to success. You're celebrating something in July, August, September. There is success coming your way. There's celebration coming your way. You've achieved what you had set out in the start of the year to achieve. But guess what? This journey has made you wise. You no longer are attached to just this. Oh, I've got to do more. I need to do more. I need to, there is a desire to achieve more. Hence, careful of overindulgences. Careful of losing your track, losing your groundedness, and overinvesting your money. You will earn money by the third quarter of the year, but make sure that you're saving some for the rainy day. You've learned something from the experiences that you've had in the past, because that is the transformed new you. You do not make the same mistakes. You're a different person. You're also no longer a page, because like I said, this year will teach you things. This year you will make mistakes. And the end of the year, you will now help others in the journey that you've taken yourself. You will now be the person who people look up to for guidance, for success, for look at them. Last year, a year ago, this person was doing blah, blah, but now here they are. They've achieved what they wanted. They want to know how you did it. You need to be the leader in your smaller and larger communities. Some of you will get a promotion by the end of next year. Some of you will take up a stage end of next year. You might be giving certain talks, webinars, workshops. If those are the kind of, professions that you're trying to look at, you might be using social media platform, because Queen of Wands is very much coming on the stage and taking things in her hand, taking life by its stride. Okay, this pile, by the time the year ends next year, you have a promotion, a success, a stage, a certain kind of a leadership quality in you which has been established, and you're generous. You're also learning generosity, because guess what? Your year started when you needed help. When the year ends, you're ready to help others. You're ready to give it back. And you're manifesting this help when you're currently watching this reading. Help is on its way. Do not lose hope no matter what you're dealing with, because good things are definitely coming in for this pile. Look at that progression. It's happened in front of you, okay? I want to look at some strong placements, some strong zodiacs, anything that shows up for your guidance for 2021. Wow, 10th house is the house of achievements, career, reputation, and income, of course. Second house again is of wealth generation. Wow, I love this. I absolutely love this. Be very mindful, guys. Do not overspend. You have to build assets for long term. Whoever's picked this pile, you will gain success. You will achieve things in life. But make sure that you're not going overboard. Don't be the person who again makes the same mistakes. The fool had learned his lesson. The fool should not forget that there has to be a legacy that he needs to leave behind. It is not just here and now. If something the pandemic should have taught you is to save for the rainy day, okay? Give, be generous, help what you can help, but make sure that you're being careful how you invest your money and you invest things in the long term. Okay, I want to see one more card for this pile before we move on to the other messages. Okay, planet cards. Beautiful. The transformation energy is here. Scorpios, by the way, could be playing a very significant role next year in your life. Look where Scorpio is placed in your own chart. Also, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, because there is such a strong fire sign energy in the next year for you as well. Some of you, if you don't know where your progress sun, progressed moon is, these are things you might want to research. If you're somebody who's into occult science, you already know what I'm talking about. This next year will also help you build finances through others. So some of you, for a very few of you, maybe you'll get married and you get access to their wealth, because second and Pluto showing up for me does say for few of you, you will acquire wealth through legacy, through heritage, through some sort of an ancestor money coming in, or through marriage, which is why at the very first I said this year you're perhaps not just focused at getting success which is only based out of financial gains or your own reputation. It could also be helping. Your father might actually also gain some, some profitable business throughout the year. Okay, something through your father's healing, something through your father's profession might also be strongly helpful for you for this pile. Okay, I want to look at one of the visionary card for 2022. If this reading so far has resonated, I hope you've already hit liked and you've hit subscribe. It will definitely mean the world to me. Okay, receiving wonderful energy. The number 10 again showing up, 10 again showing up here. These could be some relevant months. Like I said, October, that Queen of Wands energy is there. October, September, August, these are some important months for this pile. Be ready to receive help, guys, okay? Because that first year's energy is that don't feel shy to ask people to help you. All of us need help. All of us need guidance, and universe wants to help you. But if you feel too reluctant to accept help, to reach out to mentors, leaders, your colleagues, your college friends, whoever, at whatever age group you're at, to ask for help, to say what you need to, what you need from others to feel more safe and secured. Second house is also a certain sense of safety, what you are worth. Be ready to receive it. Okay, that is a very important guidance for you for your career. While you want a lot of things, you need also to be able to receive it. Make sure that you don't have money blockages, because sometimes we're asking for the moon and the sun, but we really don't think that we deserve it. Make sure your self-worth is not holding you back. We're going to look at some moonology decks here. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius happens in the month of August. Again, that August month showing up strongly. Some of you could be going through your personal year 8 if you're watching this. If you are, let me know. There's an Instagram video I had made a couple of months ago. If you're not following me on Instagram, I invite you to join me there. We covered numerology and how personal years work, okay? Full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Like I said, the year will start slow, but gradually you'll become this authentic self who's confident, who's bold. Look at the Leo Aquarius energy playing out beautifully for you guys. You're ready to take the stage. You love yourself for who you are, and this journey that you will take will inspire those around you. Both Leos and Aquariuses inspire people around them, and you are going to be that source of inspiration in the next year. Just do not allow your self-doubts and do not allow things that you've already learned last year to be forgotten just because you taste a little bit of success here and there. Make sure that you're keeping a tab on your expenses and you're learning from what you've seen in the past 2 years of your life, okay? The month of January will of course bring you some clarity around where the help is, because full moon in Cancer is expected in end of Jan, I believe, okay? Let's look at some fortune cookies before we move to the bonus part of your yes or no reading today. If you have so far loved the reading, again, do share it with a friend who's perhaps worrying about what's happening in the career, okay? One fortune cookie for 2022, we have health. Like I said, this pile is going to focus on more than just abundance. Does not just mean, to have a lot of money or to have a lot of wealth. Abundance means that you have a 360-degree good life, and it's an excellent time to focus on your personal well-being as well. Healthy body, healthy mind, wealth is, what is that? Health is wealth. And you've picked abundance. Health is wealth. Again, this brings me back to that transformation. Some of you are actually actors or artists or some sort of a social media influencer, fashionista, something like that, which relates to the Venusian energy, okay? Venus in retrograde while I shoot this, by the way, okay? And there's a glow up that you're facing. Okay, this could be, of course, rise in status, of course, for many of you, but this, of course, indicates more towards you feeling healthy, stronger. I think I did cover that part as well. If you're physically not been keeping too well, which has been a problem in your career and your professional growth, that part is healing, and you're ready to receive the abundance you so much deserve. Okay, do type it in the comments. I am ready to receive the abundance I deserve. If you've reached this part of this reading, I'm going to now pull 3 different cards. You can have 1 or 3 questions that you might want to ask for the year 2022 related to your career, money, finances, and let's see what shows up for you as angel guidances. Okay, oops, 1 card has already flipped. So we'll take that as an overall message. Like I said, you have help, guys. I mean, Spirit just wants to come in and tell this entire pile. There are helpful people. There's a community that you're going to get associated with. Reach out to those smaller and larger groups around you, because they will be happy, keen, eager to help you. Okay, give me 1 more shuffle. And I'm going to take 3 cards, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3. Ready? Okay. If you've picked 1, so this is 1, in the near future, recovery. Again, health is clearly showing up for this. Some of you might be even planning, by the way, a startup or some sort of a health program around gym, yoga, holistic healing. If that's on your mind, these are very big yeses here, okay? A year from now, if you're asking something specific, an education, career, and something like that, a year from now. I hope this reading has helped you. It has inspired you. What a lovely pile, guys. Again, Happy New Year. Watch the other readings. Take care. Bye-bye. Welcome, dear pile 2s. You've picked stability, and this clearly tells me either you're drawn to that, of course, that keyword of stability, wherein you've seen a lot of career changes in the recent past. Some of you need to check where your Taurus is placed, in which house is it placed, which house does it influence in your birth chart, because stability to me immediately makes me think of Taurus as the zodiac sign of the bull. Some of you might be investing in trading, in cryptocurrency. We will see if that shows up for you. How we're going to start this reading today is we're going to first look at, whenever you're watching this reading, what your current energy is, so that you can resonate with the pile that we're talking about. If it does, you can perhaps watch the rest of the reading. If not, you may want to pick another pile. Okay, so we're going to first ask Spirit, what is the current energy whenever you're watching it, or when you enter 2022, whoever's picked pile 2. 2022, whoever's picked pile 2. That rhymes. Sorry. Okay. What is the current energy for, we're only taking uprights, by the way, for pile 2. We're going to take 1 more card. Okay, there you go. The underlying energy is 2 of Swords, indecision, huh? Okay, 6 of Swords, the Hanged Man, makes sense now. Okay. 7 of Cups. Wow, this pile is really confused, huh? No wonder you've picked stability. Okay. What energy are you in while you watch this? Some of you are frustrated to the core with the there are 2 kinds of people here, okay? Some of you are frustrated because too much has happened. Some of you are frustrated because nothing is moving. Take it as it resonates. But the energy here is clearly frustration. There's an annoyance because you feel powerless. You feel as if nothing's under your control. You're doing everything you possibly can. You're trying your best to stay confident and not doubt yourself. And yet, there is nothing moving, nothing changing. There's a stuck energy that you feel in. While you enter 2022, I think you're also consciously realizing that maybe I need a change in perspective. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm making it seem. Maybe you're watching this tarot reading with the thought, you know what, let me see what she has to say, because come on, nothing's anyway moving. You know, that attitude of almost apathy setting in, because I don't care anymore. I've tried everything I possibly could have done, but things really don't seem to work out my way. Yada, yada, yada. You know my things, right? There's something that you're trying to decide clearly. when you're trying to enter. Maybe it's a professional course. Should I or should I not? Maybe it's moving somewhere, maybe should I move to that city? Should I move to that country? Is it really going to work out for me? Should I move out of my home? Do I have that much money? Can I financially sustain this? You're looking for answers when you're watching this reading, answers around a particular decision that you're trying to make. You're trying to weigh the pros and cons, and somewhere you already have made a decision, but you're too scared to face the decision. It's like, I know what I need to do, but I keep listing out more and more and more pros and cons, because, oh damn, is it really that is the answer? Do I really need to do that? Yes, darling, you need to perhaps do that. And now we're going to move towards perhaps in the current situation, some of you are also going through a heavy spiritual awakening. Like you're making a. Some of you, I'm sorry, I had to pause that video for a minute. Some of you have had a spiritual awakening. Maybe you're trying to align your professional goals more in alignment to what your spiritual life practices are. Pisces, Leo is a very strong energy that I'm feeling here. You do not have to be of that zodiac, but that's just a strong energetic sign that is definitely present. Also, Libra. Making pros and cons list is great. Taking your time to make a decision is great, but make sure that come 2022, you actually make that change and that movement. Moving on to what the next year is. So I'm going to break this down into 4 quarters: January, February, March, and then quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Okay. So what can we expect for 2022 for career, money, finances? Wow. Here you go. We take all 3, of course. Look at your first quarter. We have swords and swords and swords, and I'm proud of you guys, because look at this artwork, okay? You're cutting away these grey thoughts, this confusion that you're dealing with, these demons which are not even real. Do you see these? There's no shadow. If you see this clearly, in 9 of Swords and 5 of Swords, it's their own mind which is making them so worried, so confused. And in the Queen of Swords, in the After Tarot deck, you'd notice that she's very gentle as an energy. There's a butterfly sitting on top of. She's ready for that change, and she's ready with the new pieces of information that you receive to no longer allow this self-doubt, this bullshit, this fear of failures, the pettiness, the insomnia to hold you back. Some of you are being told to make sure that you're taking care of your sleep cycles, you're sleeping right, and you're waking up right. But come January, February, March, you will see a shift when it comes to your energy and your decisiveness. You're ready to cut through all the bullshit, all the confusion, all the madness that others are trying to sell you. You're going to see the truth as it is, okay? That is the first 3 months. You get to clarity. If I have to sum it up, if you're waiting for that clarity, that decision making, is it happening, is it not? Should I do this or should I not? You make that decision, you make that move, and there's no bullshit in this anymore, okay? Let's see what is in store for the second quarter, which is April, May, June 2022. Thank you, Spirit. April, May, June for pile 2. April, May, June. Okay. Love this energy. Wow. Pretty powerful year for you. You've asked for stability, and is it coming your way or what? I'm going to look at the other 2 quarters before we start sharing. Don't start freaking out by seeing the Tower. It's one of the best cards to show up, honestly. Okay. For the quarter 3, July, August, September. What is this pile attracting for July, August, September? If you do have a Libra in your life, by the way, listen to their guidance. If a Libra Scorpio is there in your career, your professional life, or is a wise counsel to you, listen to them. They know the world, they've seen the world. Brilliant energy. Look at that after the Tower. Okay, for the 4th quarter, which is October, November, December, what is the energy for you? What can we expect in 2022? If this reading so far has resonated, you got to give it a thumbs up. Because if this sounds like your year and your mind space, wow, the 4th card really doesn't want to pull up, we'll take this. Wow. From the Hanged Man to the Hermit. Yeah, that's confused, stuck, frustrated person. Look at this underlying energy. Has seen the clarity, has seen the truth, has lived the truth. And this is how your year ends. Do you see this? You had swords as the underlying energy for the year starting. And you end it with sword, but such different energy here. Okay, let's start talking. The first 3 months of the next year, as I said, is more to do with seeing the truth, accepting the truth, cutting away the bullshit, and being honest to yourself. Where am I self-sabotaging? Where am I not taking the effort that needs to be made? Where am I holding myself back? Where am I not fighting my demons, right? Move quarter 2, which is April, May, June. You're ready to walk away and you're ready to chase, because even if you're not ready or not, here the tower is broken, right? The Queen of Swords has done what she needs to do, but some of you are changing jobs, some of you are moving away from your current employer, some of you may not get the kind of hike, or some sort of an awakening comes your way, which makes you go like, I'm done, I'm moving, I'm changing, I know what I want, and I know I'm going to go follow that. Okay, I know these 7 cups that you've offered me so far. Look at these 7 cups here that you were confused about. The last year, you were looking at these 7 of cups. When you entered this energy, when you entered this reading, you were trying to decide this or that. Should I go ahead? Should I not? Come the second year, you've seen those cups, you know what it is in it, and you're ready to walk away and follow your heart's desire. If there's some way or form that you're holding your creativity back, if your current career or your money plan does not allow your creativity to thrive, the universe will step in, break away anything that is holding you back, holding you into the script that you hold yourself in, which the Queen of Swords, by the way, in the first quarter will very clearly see. And look at the third quarter. I think for pile 1 and 2 both, third quarter is an amazing quarter, which is July, August, September. You come into union with like-minded people. If you are in a profession where you consistently have those, vampires, energy vampires, you don't like your boss, but you're there just to pay the bills. You don't like your job, there's something more you want, and you don't know how to get it. That third quarter, you get the right people, you're making the right plans, you have the right partnerships coming out for you to help you get to where you want. If you are in a business, the third quarter of the year is a good time for you to get more hands on board, to get more people to do the kind of roles that you don't want to do anymore, because it's frustrating you, it is annoying you, it's just not meant for you. You have that breakthrough. If you're a student, you've made a professional shift, It's going to scare a lot of people in your life. Oh my God, are they really thinking that? Are they really doing that? But come the third quarter, they will start coming on the same page as you. They will start seeing the vision that you hold. You will find people who can resonate with the vision that you're trying to bring out at play. Exactly like pile 1, this is not a year, my darlings, to take a lot of risk when it comes to your finances. Save for the rainy day, and then whatever you're left with, go do whatever you want to do with that money. Okay, but first save, then invest. First save, then risk it, right? You should have your emergency fund handy. End of the year, which is October, November, December, you've had a massive year this year. This hangman journey, it will leave you changed. This is a very, very spiritual pile. Some of you are perhaps in the age group of 26 to 31. Some of you are in the age group of 57 to 61. You're going through that Saturn return. And it leaves you wiser. Look at the wisdom that you have in the next year. Some of you who are trying to get into any sort of a profession which requires a lot of IQ. There are different kinds of IQ, but I'm talking about academic IQ, which needs you to crunch those numbers, which is related to mathematics, which is related to analytical skills, because this is the Virgo sign, right? Which relates you to go into some, a scientific experiment, which makes you go into a far off mountain, something to do with introspection, something that requires peace, quiet, observation. Those kind of professions are going to super thrive in the next year of 2022, okay? You will also have support from the zodiacs that I've listed. Scorpio, Libra, Virgo. These are 3 zodiacs I see for this pile strongly, that will help you, shape you to become this person that you're planning to become. There's some certain kind of visions that you have. You kind of have seen glimpses of yourself play out those roles in different places and in different ways. You've just never got an opportunity to be that person. And 2022 is going to give you the opportunity to be the person you can be, but you've never got a chance to be at. Too many cards. We're going to just take one card for your year's guidance. Career, money, finances. What lies ahead? Okay, we're going to take one out of these. I want to go with this one. Wow. That this number 6 is the 6, by the way, is also the total of the year that it adds up to. For you guys, again, partnerships are going to play a very critical role, okay? And you need to balance various aspects of you. Some of you have this problem that when you are working in the team, you're not a great listener. Listen, because you might have the best answers, but the ability to have the patience to hear others' perspectives makes you wiser. Again, back to that wisdom card. Can you listen to other people's plan? Can you collaborate? Because if you can't do that, you can't be a successful businessman. You can't run. Even an artist needs at certain stage to collaborate with others, to listen to others, to work with others. This year, before you go into that hibernation zone, you will be given many opportunities to work with a larger team who are perhaps not very similar to you, but they will teach you a lot. Okay, the learning is going to be tremendous. I'm going to look at the astrology cards now and see what energy shows up for this pile. Okay, I thought there was, yes, there's Venus. Oh my God, 6 is, any of you who are planning an artistic field, again, 8 of Cups, we talked about this, right? Art, beauty, cosmetics, taking the stage, being a movie star, YouTube stand-up comedian, anything that puts you on the stage, anything which is related to beauty, fame, success, all of that is definitely on the cards for you and will gain success in the year ahead, okay? The number 6 is of the Venus, and this is a very Venusian year. Wow, that fell off. Hold on. Ooh, Libra energy everywhere. See where Taurus and Libra is. See what sign is your Venus in, because those things are playing out strongly. Some of you are clearly entering into a partnership. If you've been planning a startup, you may want to consider a partner for you. Some of you may gain through money, through marriage, of course, but I don't see that energy here as much as I see it for pile 1. If in case, by the way, you guys were confused between 1 and 2, I recommend you watch 1 as well, because there could be a message that very hits home for you. I'll take one more card for you here. Some of you could be in legal jobs as well. Wow, Mars. Sorry, the Aries. Do you see this? I am surprised at the synchronicity here. 7th house is ruled by Libra. The sister sign, the opposite sign of it is Aries. Venus and Mars playing a very strong role for you, deciding what you want and then going after it. Okay, some of you could be looking for a job in fields like the military, something to do with your hard labor. All of those kind of professions are clearly going to work out beautifully well for you. Okay, make sure that you're thinking things through. Make sure you're consulting others though, because 7th house energy is strongly present here. One-on-one partnerships, your conversation with your bosses, your conversations with your roommates, your husband, your wife. Some of you, your wife or your partner or your husband is going to they are going to make a change which is going to be making a strong impact in your personal professional life. Okay, let me look at what Moonology has here for you. We have 3 cards. We'll take all 3. Communication is key. We talked about Taurus, the entire reading. Prosperity lies ahead. And full moon in Cancer. I think this pile does have a message, by the way, in the first pile. Okay, first of all, the month of May and the month of April are tremendously important for this pile. See, this is what we got. The Tower, the breakthrough, the decision that needs to be made will be made in the in the first quarter. And if there's any way in which you feel restricted in your office atmosphere, in your family life, in your partnerships, when you feel I need to speak out, I need to share what I'm thinking, please do so. Nobody is holding you back. Spirit is pushing you for it. And again, if you plan to invest in the stock market, it's a good idea. Just make sure that you're not putting all your eggs in the same basket, okay? I'm going to move towards some fortune cookies here. If so far the reading has resonated, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that like button now. And subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, don't miss the reading which is about major life events of 2022, because then you kind of get a more 360-degree view, right? Hold on. Too many cards falling. Love this. This pile really needs to watch pile 1, by the way. They had the magician. A bountiful time awaits you. Your wishes could manifest right before your eyes. This is a very, very powerful powerful year, guys. Don't underestimate the energy and the transformation that we feel. There could be things that you've dreamt of as a child, which you kind of almost had given up hope. It's just never going to happen for me. That's just not the kind of person I am. I don't have those kind of resources. And all of that bullshit is going to be cut through by that Queen of Swords energy that you're going to get into in the first half of the year. The first half of the year will make you see your own truth. The second half of the year, you get to celebrate and work with the people who will help you get to that next place that you need to go. Okay, let us look at the last part of this reading, where you get a direct answer from the angels. Okay, so I'm going to take out 3 cards. If you have any questions about the next year, think of it now. About your career, money, finances, you can ask 3 questions or 1. We're going to take 3 cards and see what shows up for you, okay? That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Ready? Success is the underlying message. Here you go. Trust is your first pile's answer. Ask for help from others. I'm not going to read too much into this because it would mean individually different things. Improving health. I strongly recommend this pile, by the way, to go watch pile 1 if you were even slightly drawn to it, because there's a lot of connection between this and that pile. Okay, I hope this has helped you. I hope you're excited for the year 2022. I wish you nothing but the best. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to those of you who's picked, look at this cutie. I love this card. Success. We are going to look at first, what energies are you in when you enter this reading? When you start this year, when you are watching this reading, where are you right here, right now? Before we get into what the next year holds for you. It's a timeless reading for the entire 2021. Whenever you get to watch it, this is for you, okay? So, what energy is pile 3 in when they enter this reading, or where they are right here, right now? We'll take at least 4 cards, and we're only reading uprights, okay? Before we begin, hit that like button and hit subscribe if you want to keep watching such content. Wow, love this. Beautiful, beautiful. I love how each pile is a progression of the last one. Okay, all right, where are you right now? You've had a lot of help this year from your loved ones, your family, perhaps even children or younger people than you for this pile, okay? Currently, when you're in this reading, you've cut through a lot of lies. You've understood your own truth. You know who you are. You've discovered what you want, why you want it. You've taken some massive steps when it comes to your and it's been a brave step, okay? Some of you have started new careers, some of you have started from ground zero, some of you have taken some student loans, or loans have been recently approved, or you're trying to get a loan approved when you get into this reading. Some of you have really understood that fulfillment and career fulfillment is not only linked with, that social status, that big paycheck. You're trying to figure out, and you are perhaps already at the end of the journey, to try and understand what is success to you, what truly emotionally fulfills you, and you're not chasing the society's definition of success. You're truly chasing, I love how you've even picked success, and I'm using the word success so many times. What success truly means to you. You've had help and you've learned to give back to the community. You truly understand your truth. Okay, you've seen your truth, you know the society's truth, and for some of you, you've seen some ugly truths as well when you come into this play. Okay, some of you are into family businesses, some of you could be starting something with a family member, some of you have just planned. Wow, too many cards are falling. I'm still shuffling here. Okay, and this is a positive energy that I sense for you guys. You guys are already done with the worser part of life, and you're more positive, you're more emotionally content. You're not chasing something, you're not rushing something, you're flowing with that energy. Look at that river flowing behind the 10 of Cups card. You're flowing with what life has to offer. We're now going to move towards breaking down 2022 into 4 different quarters. So January, February, March, and then each quarter, what can we expect and what lies ahead for you, okay? This is the After Tarot deck. Wow, this card was turned around. We'll flip that back. Okay, so for the first quarter, what can this pile expect happening in January, February, March? One more shuffle. I'm going to take only jumpers. So January, February, March, what do we expect? Okay, we'll take the card that is flipped. The Knight of Cups. We'll see this, but we're not taking this. Wow. The Queen of Pentacles and the... Love this pile. And since some of you like to know my selection, I'm excited to see this pile because that's been my selection. Knight of Cups is your first 3 months energy. Okay, we're going to explain each of these cards in a bit. Let me just take all the cards out, okay? Now, for the quarter 2, which is February, April, May, June. Wow, that flipped through. We're going to take all 3. So that's 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the Hermit. Love this. Some of you perhaps are planning, because I have that family card there as well, something to do with going back to your ancestral home, starting a business with somebody whom you know, something that your grandparents have done, something that your family has been involved in, or something that was done by some ancestor before, and you're trying to restart it. Some of you could also be getting into history as a subject, by the way, in the next year, okay, or archaeology or something like that, okay. The quarter 3, which is July, August, September. What can we expect for this pile? Okay. 2 of Swords. Wait, I've put this wrong. So this should be on the top. And this one here. We have so many opportunities for this pile. You're perhaps getting confused by the time the year ends. Okay. October, November, December. What can we see for this pile? Okay, what can we see for this pile? Okay, we've got one card that's fallen. We'll take that. Beautiful, the 2 of Cups. Some of you, if you were confused between 2 and 3, I'm loving it how each pile has a message in the previous one. Pile 3s have a message in pile 2s, by the way, okay? If you were drawn to it, you may want to check that card out as well, okay? That pile as well. I want to get a clarifier here for 2 of Swords. Give me a clarifier for 2 of Swords, please. Why is the 2 of Swords here? Because it can mean 2 things. We're doing a career reading, guys. Look at this. This is the 10 of Pentacles. Just take it home and go. I want you to type in and tell me if you picked pile 3. Am I excited? I picked this. Yay! You saw the cards fall in. Okay. Death is the underlying energy. Let's start talking. What can we expect in the first, second, third, fourth quarter of 2022? First of all, guys, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm going to talk about some zodiac signs here first. Oops, sorry. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Yeah, I think earth and water is what I feel more, even though there's a little bit of air, but I think earth and water energies, okay? Earth and water months. Whenever the sun moves into these zodiac signs, these kind of people will play a critical role in your next year, okay? You start the year because you've had that clarity. Some way you're being very charismatic to your co-workers. People are noticing how fun you're around, how much, there's a charm about you, which is almost irresistible. Some of you could be in sales. Some of you could be artists. Some of you could be painters. So, any profession in which words, or just being somebody who can play with words or has a beautiful outlook towards life. Venusian energy is very, very strong in the first 3 months for you. And unlike the typical Knight of Cups who's offering their cup, to somebody else, you guys are rather choosing to drink it yourself. So you're focusing on your own growth. You're focusing on your own abundance. Look at that flow of water here. And to me right now, because we're doing a career reading, well, of course, this is emotions, which water indicates. This is also talking about having enough. Okay? Having enough. And look at this. He's drinking the water and the water is him himself. The fishes are swimming on that coat, right? Abundance is clearly, strongly seen for this pile. The first 3 months will give you opportunities to build your money, to receive money without a lot of hard work and effort. If there's a certain, some of us have those year endings at the first quarter. So January, February, March, you might be getting the bonus you were hoping for. You might be getting the increment that you were hoping for. Things are working out in your way for the first 3 months of 2022, especially if you're in any kind of an artistic field or anything that links you up up to talking to people or reaching out to people. The second quarter is making you question, wow, I've got this, I've done this, I've been here, now what? Now what's the next big stage? Am I content with the 7 of Cups? Am I happy, or do I want something more? And some of you already know you want something more. There is a childhood dream. There's a nostalgia that is playing. You're going back to the past, re-looking at why have I achieved and what have I done? Where am I trying to go? That introspection mode is setting in. That wisdom is coming in, that while this is done, while this has been great, while I've had so much fun doing what I've done in the first 3 months or the last year, what now? How can I make this better? If you're in a family business, you're perhaps thinking, how can I take this to the next stage? How can I grow this? How can I be the person who shows the light to those below me? Some of you will actually start working with a team, young professionals, children. Some of you are perhaps teachers, and you're working with young minds, okay? And you're trying your best to groom yourself, to be this healed individual, okay, who can work with children. You could be nurses, you could be teacher. A very strong Cancerian energy is present in the second quarter, which means that you're being a nurturer, you're helping others, you're showing the guiding light of wisdom. This person is holding a snake in his hand, which is the Kundalini, right? This is the Kundalini, which is, he's an awakened soul. He can see the truth. He has seen the truth. He's climbed the mountain top, and he's ready to guide others the way. How did he reach here? He's ready to show others the way. In some form or other, you're helping the community around you. People are looking up to you. You're getting into a counselor's job as well. Some of you are looking for some sort of a psychology course, some sort of a counselor's job. All of those jobs will work out well for you. Come the third quarter, which is July, August, September, you will have multiple opportunities, a decision to make which can no longer be delayed. But instead of going through pros and cons, you're being told, take action. Go start and initiate both the things and see which one is working out better for you. Instead of sitting there holding your 2 swords, typically how it is, she's given the swords to these 2 soldiers and making them prove your worth. Okay, in your case, it could also be you proving your worth to these people whom you've now started to train. If you enter a training, you're being told, can you prove your mettle? And yes, darling, you can, because look at the legacy that you're building. This pile has a lot of support from their ancestral energy. Next year, make sure that you make an altar for your ancestors. Thank them, because there's been a huge role that they play when it comes to your growth. For some of you, it's been a masculine figure who has helped you. It could be a boss, it could be a leader who comes in, who steps in and gives you the right guidance, the right advice to build this. 10 of Pentacles is pretty much everything. Success, fame, money, sustainable growth, long-term success is what's coming, okay? You end the year, I love this card, okay? Look at this. This is the 2 of Cups. Partnership, reciprocation. If you start something, if you're planning to start something within your community, with a partner, with a business partner, with a certain group of people, you're reciprocated, you're appreciated for it. This year, for this pile, you're going to look at this smug smile that this person has. You're feeling this smug smile. You're feeling like, damn, I've earned it. If you reach this part of this reading, I want you to type in that affirmation. I have earned every bit of the success. I deserve abundance. Some of you just need to remember that you deserve it. Okay, you've worked really hard for this. You've worked so hard for this. And I feel this year, you're going to make your family proud. In whatever way or shape you've been trying to make your parents proud, your family proud, you're trying to build a legacy, that is coming for you for sure. I mean, I don't have to over-explain this. Look at the cards yourself. You've seen enough tarot readings, I'm assuming, to know when you see the 10 of Pentacles in a career reading, we really don't have to talk much, except for the fact this is not given to you. This is self-made, right? This is you working hard on yourself, transforming. The sun has risen in this card, right? Transforming yourself and getting to what needs to be done. We're going to look at your oracle guidance now and see what shows up for you. I mean, brilliant, beautiful pile, guys. Just do not allow your, don't allow the imposter syndrome, we were talking about imposter syndrome and that showed up, to hold you back. Okay, you deserve this. And your family is very proud of what you're doing. Wild orchids. The month of November, of course, shows up with the number 11 showing up. I already said the water and the earth sign months are going to be super important, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All of those months will bring you success. Look at those 2 eyes and that Metatron showing up here. Okay. While there's a dragonfly here, which also tells me about that spiritual awakening, you guys might be seeing these symptoms, these symbols around you in the year 2022. If you do, just know your ancestors and your spirit guides are around you. They're trying to, encourage you. Go take that action. Go do what you need to do. Yes, you have acquired a lot of wisdom and you've had family support and you've had people who've helped you, but don't make you believe that you're not worth what you've done. All of us have had help in some form or other, and you're allowed to break away from the tried and tested. If you have an idea, your ancestors want you to go try your hands on it. We talked about Pisces. Spiritual awakening, Saturn, and 6th house. You're working for sure this year. Okay, this is not a year where you chilling out and not a lot of thing is happening. A lot is happening, and it can even overwhelm you guys. Okay, again with the 6th house energy, Virgo is strongly playing a role in your life. Virgo is also service, guys. If there's any kind of an NGO plan that you have, if there's any way you want to give back to the community, you can be of service in the small and the big ways. You can take out a 1 hour in the Sunday as a remedy for your success. Take out 1 hour and be of service to those less privileged than you, because guess what? Saturn loves those who help those in need. Saturn is the planet which rules foundations, success. It also is your karmic clearer, right? So the more you give, the more you're open to share your knowledge, bringing me back to this, showing the path to others, right? The more compassion you hold for those you work with, the more you help train people, the more knowledge you're ready to share with others, the more money you give to those who need, you will be blessed with abundance. And that is that spiritual awakening that you're having. Right? You're not trying to hoard wealth. This is not a year where you're trying to hoard wealth. You understand that true success is helping others rise, is making something worth it to create an impact in the society which leaves this place a better place. You're really understanding the true meaning of success is to create a genuine impact in the lives of those who we surround ourselves with. And this does not have to be in a large manner. It could be just day-to-day activities of how you show up at work, at your schools, your colleges. What energy do you show up with, right? Some of you will be helping your father, of course. That family business lineage is clearly here. April, again, is a big time for this pile. It's time to take action. And like I said, this is not a year where you're going to be sitting at all. You're going to be kept on your toes throughout this year, okay? Throughout this year. I'm going to take 2 more cards. Your dreams need a practical plan. Again, the month of November, I strongly feel is very important for this pile. No more daydreaming. You know what you need to do and you're ready to do it. I think the Queen of Swords energy of the past is back here again, telling you, you know what you need to do. You know what action needs to be taken. Stop holding yourself back to narratives which no longer serve you. Confidence is key. August, November, April. These are some crucial months for you. Wow, look at that Piscean energy repeatedly showing up. How you connect to divinity is also very important for this pile, okay? Take out some time every day for meditation, for grounding yourself, so that your mind, body, spirit is very much in alignment to where you're heading to, okay? Let us look at a fortune cookie message for you before we move to the last part of the reading. Oops, that fell. Okay, before we move to the last part of the reading, where we'll ask Spirit to answer some questions for you. If you've liked this reading so far and if it has helped you in any form, do not forget to share it with a friend. Like it. That's the least you could do for a free energy exchange. And hit subscribe. Okay, fortune cookie for this pile. Communication. Again, I think if you were drawn to the pile 2, guys, do watch pile 2. A reunion of love could bring a rekindling of friendships. You could be partnering with your husband, your wife, your special person. You could also be partnering with a childhood friend. A lucky win seems likely. Okay. Self-explanatory. I'm going to move towards the last part of this reading now, where we cover your angel answers. Okay, so you can think of any decision, anything that you need guidance for specifically with your career, money, finances. We're going to pull out 3 cards and we're going to see what angel answers you get. Sometimes it's a very direct answer, sometimes it's slightly more open. Trust spirit, trust your intuition. Okay, 3 cards please for what pile 2 wants to ask. Whoa. Okay, some messages you're already getting, but I'm not taking any of those because they flipped, okay? So I'm going to give it one last shuffle. One, two, and three. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Those are your pile options. I'm going to flip this now. Take action, success, and listen to your intuition. So 1 got success. That's a pretty clear yes. 2 depends upon, of course, sorry, had to pause that. Depends upon, of course, what actions you take. This is more related to the, you're playing an active role in whatever you're asking. And last but not the least, you already have decided and seen certain answers. Listen to it, spend more time connecting to your intuition. We did talk about meditation, of course. I hope this reading has helped you. If it did, leave me a comment below. Wish you guys a wonderful, prosperous, amazing 2022. Always love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Last and definitely not the least, if you have picked file 4, which is talking about finances, needless to say, clearly you're focusing more on money or moolah, and let us see what energy are you in when you enter 2022 or whenever you found this reading. What is the current energy so that you can know if this pile sounds like yours, or you can perhaps go back and pick another pile. Okay, we're going to give it a good shuffle, and then we're going to break down the next year into individual quarters and see what can we expect for 2022 for career. So right now, let's look at your current energy when you're watching this reading. What's going on in your career, money, finances? We have 4 cards. We'll take all 4 of them. Wow, Chariot, 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Something started big and then kind of went whoosh in your career, money, finances. There's a sense of discontentment, boredom, stagnation, and perhaps even overthinking while you come to this reading. It's not really seeming as good as it had initially been. Some of you have joined a job or you've made a move in career which is not keeping you very content. You're not really sure where this is going, or there's a certain sense of monotony that has set in your life, and you're desperate for change. You're desperate to move on. You're desperate for a fresh new start. Some of you are planning, a passion project launch, something which gets your adrenaline flowing. What you're missing in life right now is perhaps you're not feeling very passionate, very motivated, very content, very grateful towards what you have. Needless to say, of course, whenever you get into that journey, gratitude journaling is the best remedy that I can give you guys here and now while you're watching this reading. Some of you perhaps had some great plans of travel or moving abroad, and they kind of got stuck or stagnated. Some of you did move and then felt like, blah, this isn't as good as I thought it was supposed to be. Okay, we are now going to look at what does the next year hold for you. I'm going to give it one more shuffle. And we'll break it down into 4 different quarters. So January, February, March, and then each individual quarter we will look at what do we expect for 2022, uprights only. So January, February, March, what can we expect for pile 4? Wow, Emperor. You're taking the reins back clearly. Okay. April, May, June. Beautiful energy. Love the artwork of After Tarot, by the way. Okay, I hope you guys can see the cards. July, August, September, the quarter 3. What can we expect? Whoops, that flew out. There we have the Death card. This card did show up in one way or other in every reading, I feel. Pretty transformative year, 2022. Okay. Last but not the least, October, November, December. What can we expect? There you go. Your underlying spirit is the Tower. Love this. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Do you see the 2 8s here that have come out? Okay, a lot of 4 energy in your reading as well. So you guys might be seeing 444, 888, sequences of 8s and 4s in different forms or shapes. If you are, comment below and let me know what angel number are you seeing while you come to this reading, okay? First things first, what is happening in the first quarter of January, February, March? You see this nostalgic, stuck things are not moving, I don't know what is happening, I'm so bored energy. Some of you have even lost your routine. You're not working out, you're not looking at your emails on time, you're not responding, you're not motivated. You know that this cannot be changed by anybody else but yourself. It's that Aries energy strongly present here, which tells us you rule your own life. You're not a victim to life, right? If you're not a tree, if you're not content, move. If you can't move, accept. Accept, be grateful, do the routine, show up, and get a grip. Okay, I'm going to say it as it is. The Emperor tells you always, get a grip, because you're the ruler. You do not have to be a victim to the circumstances. You are also being told, make sure that the first 3 months, you're drawing a vision and you're sticking to a disciplined routine. Leaders and organizations like government organizations can be of supreme benefit to you if you can show up as somebody who has that masculine drive. You can chase your goals, you're on time, you know what you're doing in life. There needs to be more clarity around what do you want, and it's not just in the head, it's not just in the mind and the heart, it is rather in the action. You're being told to take action. Do not allow others to dominate your life, but they will if you don't know where you're going. If you don't wake up on time, if you don't sleep on time, if you don't know where you're going in life, you can't make a decision, then obviously you stay a victim to your circumstances. The first 3 months, you're being told, get disciplined and get that hard work done. Okay, hard work is not something that you're going to be able to escape, right? The Emperor doesn't just sit and chill. He works his A off. Okay, come the second month, some of you who were stuck somewhere and you wanted to travel, you are traveling. You're moving towards better water. You got to the next side of the story and opportunities are finally showing up for you, and showing up for you at a mad pace. You might feel very, very overwhelmed. In the April, May, June could actually bring you more than one opportunity and sometimes even get you confused. Oh my God, when nothing was happening last year, nothing was happening. And look at this. Oops, sorry, shook the camera. Look at this now. I have so much going on. I have so many opportunities showing up. I don't know what to do, which one to go with. Don't make a decision yet. Try it out. Live it out. Right? And keep yourself grounded. Root chakra meditation for this pile is super, super important for the next year. If you still don't know what chakra meditation is, Google it, do your research. You need to be more grounded because you will get many opportunities in the next year. If you're able to be the Emperor in the first 3 months, you will have more than one person showing up in your life with certain offers, roles, that you could be doing more than one job. You need to keep yourself grounded to be able to sustain it all, okay? Because there's this airy vibe about this, which tells me great things are happening, but do you have the capacity to sustain it? Right? If you are hoping for a movement next year, that is definitely happening in the second quarter. Also, this could be a lot of social media success for some of you, okay? Getting offers from abroad, but not really traveling in person, but actually becoming, the social media success, going viral, if I have to say it like that, okay? Come the third quarter, which is July, August, September, there's an inner transformation because this pile clearly has had a journey so far, and this is your life, darling. You're not going to have the same straight road. You will like something, you'll go after something, halfway into the road, you will realize, hey, hold on, I also want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it until you keep yourself and your loved ones safe. The sun is rising in this death card, if you notice, which clearly talks about transformation, rebirth, and the rebirth has already happened. This person is no longer this victim mindset, bored, lazy procrastinator. They've now become an emperor. They have taken the opportunities and this has transformed them forever. They know, and this is where I move to the last quarter, there's no shortcut to success. Look at this person. 8 of Pentacles talks about getting better at your craft. You'll learn something new. You'll manifest that new opportunity that you've been hoping to come. But by the third quarter of next year, you realize, hey, guess what? Now that I have it, I need to change myself. I can't be that old person anymore. That old routine that started, what got me here to this opportunity cannot take me to that next stage of my career, which means I need to go back to the basics, learn something again. This could be about financial resource management. This could be about your own educational degree. October, November, December, you will spend time working hard, getting better at your craft. Now, whatever your craft is, you could be an SQL designer, you could be a cloud architect, you could be a student, you could be somebody who's an artist, but you realize I've got some success in life. It has transformed me, and it has transformed me to the level that I understand that I'm ready for the next upgrade. I'm ready for the next boost, but it's not going to come out of thin air. It will require me to work. Some of you will work your A off throughout the year, and at the end of the year, you see something that is a finished product. This guy has worked really hard, and now he finally sees the finished product of what he has built throughout the year. A wonderful, beautiful, successful year. If you could just stay grounded, grateful, do the work that needs to be done, and do not have that entitled energy. The world does not owe you anything, darling. I want to say that as simple as that. You will build your own life by doing the dirty work. In certain cases, even doing the dirty work, the things that you don't like to do, because that's how success is attained. Rome was not built in a day, and year 2022 is going to teach you about patience when it comes to growing your money, your wealth, and staying grounded and humble throughout this journey. Let us look at oops, too many cards. We're not taking so many. If this reading so far has resonated with you, I hope you've already hit the subscribe button. Come on, bottom right inside corner, hit that button and hit like. Okay, what energies can we see for next year? Career, money, finances for this pile. I'm going to take 3 cards, and that's your house card out. Okay, we have 2 house cards and a planet cards. Actually, a lot of cards here. 9th house. Okay, higher learning. Again, this transformative energy. Sagittarius. Wow, that's 2 very linked cards. Did I give you the zodiacs? Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, of course, with the 9th house. Some of you, again, this brings me back to this energy. You will, by the year's end, if there's any kind of an education that you're trying to get into, if there's a travel plan which is stuck, the 9th house rules far off lands. The 9th house rules our higher education, our higher philosophy, our connection to the higher realms. And the 8th house talks about, again, that transformational energy. And Venus. Super Venus year. It is 2022, adds up to the number 6, which is linked to the Venus energy. How do you see money? Which is bringing me back to that finances card that you had initially picked. What are your concepts around money? What do you understand about wealth? That is what is transforming in the year 2022. If you've always been a spendthrift, you're going to get grounded. If you're somebody who's kind of, I'm forgetting the word. What is it called? What is called in Hindi is kanjoos. Damn, I'm forgetting the word. You need to tell me in comments what the word is. Somebody who does not like to spend a lot of money and is kind of too much, holding back and in the lack mindset, you will transform your understanding of luxury. For some of you, if luxury just means having that big car or that, beautiful clothes, your definition of luxury is changing and it's becoming more aligned to your higher self, because the 9th house talks all about why am I here? What is my life purpose? What is the next education that I want to do? What does my soul understand as its life purpose? This pile is going to discover its higher calling, whatever that word means to you. You're going to get in alignment to why you're here, what you're ready to do here. And if any kind of a higher education is what you're looking for, I think you should definitely go for it. Just try keeping that for the second half of the year instead of the first half of the year, because the first half of the year you're being told to get into that discipline to even study. Okay, get into that discipline to do what needs to be done, right? If any of you are interested in any kind of an occult science, astrology, tarot, I think this pile definitely can go with it, because again, it talks about spirituality, it talks about gaining success in these fields of life, okay? Wild Orchids. Wow, this card was, I think, in the pile 3. If I didn't say it already, and if you were pulled to any of the previous piles, do go watch it, because today, like most days, piles are always interlinked, guys, because these are general readings. Obviously, one's energy is not going to be contained within that one pile. So, we are all at different places at different months of life. Wild Orchids, again, this tells me your ancestors are very, very proud of you. That's the first thing I want to tell you. Again, that dragonfly energy showing up. You guys are going to build a career in spirituality sooner or later, by the way, whoever's picked this pile. Highly psychic pile as well, perhaps. You intuitively can sense what people need from you, and then you intuitively know where to invest money, which has sometimes made you feel like, am I just lucky? No, you're not lucky. That's just your intuitive art at play, okay? And intuition is not luck. Intuition is also a skill in itself, to listen to your intuition, to trust your intuition. In any form or shape, if you're planning something, I would suggest keep it for the second half of the year, because again, 11 showing up, which is the 11th month, Sagittarius being the November month and the December month. Those are some key months for you at play here, okay? I'm going to look at some fortune cookie cards here. Of course, sustainability could be another higher calling that is drawing to you, okay? Something to do with how do I save Mother Earth? What is my contribution? Life purpose, okay? This could mean different things to different people, of course. If this has so far resonated, I'm saying it for the third time, I think, in your reading, because I need to keep saying it. There's still 50% of the population that watches this, returns, but does not subscribe. Please hit subscribe. Okay, one fortune cookie before we move to the last part of the reading, where we get, actually, we have the Moonology deck still missing. I feels like I've already given this pile a lot of messages for the next year. I don't know why, when we're still left with quite a few cards. Sexuality, I'm going to read this out. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family are strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child could also bring joy. If you do not plan a child right now, it could also be that creative project that we were talking about, which brings you a certain amount of success in life, okay? I also strongly feel, because the Venus and that 8th house energy showing up, Libra, Scorpios could be very important houses in your chart right now. See where that falls. Anything to do with any of these houses, which is occult signs, rebirth, beauty, partnerships, all of these key themes are going to play a crucial role, a pivotal role in your 2022 career. Wow, too many cards from the Moonology deck. We're going to take maximum 3. We're going to put this back. Okay. One more shuffle, please. And Shunya. Okay. Wow. Okay. We've got Show the World Your Real You, Prosperity Lies Ahead, and New Moon in Virgo. I think giving is another thing that Spirit wants to leave you as a message with. Remember, the higher calling also talks about the impact. I think in one of the piles, we were talking about the impact that we create is also success. Success is not just my money, my success, my value, how many likes I got. It is also about what did we leave the world as a better place to be. Virgo, that energy of service, again coming back, giving back to the society, working with Mother Earth. Virgo is a very earthy sign, okay? So doing something for Mother Earth, look at the amount of earth signs again showing up for you here, is going to be tremendously helpful. September and April are 2 other months that shows up for you if there's anything that you're planning or anything crucial planned for those 2 months. Some specific messages, of course. August is another month, which is the number 8, and we did see the 8th house. Be real with yourself and those around you. Come to your own power, and again brings me back to that Emperor energy. Don't be a victim, right? Don't play at that victim mindset. You can change your life's trajectory here and now, and nobody owes you anything. You didn't come into this world promised a certain amount of luxury, a certain amount of support. Even if you went to the best schools, that does not mean that you're supposed to get the best job. That's not how the world works, right? And if after a certain age you realize it's all fair. Life is a fair-sum game. So do not allow yourself to get into that victim mindset. Reaching the last part of your reading, where we're going to ask Spirit to answer any questions that you might have right here, right now. You know what? I just noticed your everyday witch's underlying energy is also Emperor. Very strong Aries, action-oriented, go after what you want kind of a year for 2022. You can think of 1 or 3 questions, and we're going to take out 3 cards here and see what messages we get for whatever you're asking for the year 2022. Too many cards. If you believe, again, that's the message, by the way, for all of us. Okay, 1 more shuffle, and I'm going to take 3 cards. Ready? Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Communicate clearly is your overall message, by the way. I'm not going to read too much into these cards, guys, because it's a general one. You get your answer as to whatever you're asking. First part, within the next few weeks, something's happening for what you've asked here. Take action. Back to that. Wow, we've just talked about this throughout the reading. Action, action, action. It is that Aries pile which talks about you run your life, you rule your life. Do not allow yourself to believe in it. Wow. Be assertive. Ask for what you want and then be ready to pay the price for what you're demanding. I hope you guys a wonderful, successful, prosperous, epic, phenomenal 2022. Hit like, hit subscribe. See you in the next video.